Paze jumping forwards with the buffs for him. And the Lucian Nami not seen that much anymore. It is normally that Lucian Braum, Lucian Leona, or something. Now they know that they know. And their mates look foolish. They look foolish. So foolish.
He had some very good performances from both of them.
Worth noting that Jachi was on RNG.
Yeah, he was.
So it's his new team for him, 2 Milky Way going forwards! 5 man.
Nice! What an insec off that one. Now potentially in danger, though, as it's all gone a bit wrong. Trying to find the call the Forge got back. It looked phenomenal, but where was the follow-up?
Neither team really has fantastic engage unless the Ornn starts pulling that ultimate in the right spots, and it doesn't get enough there. So while it was the 4-man Crescent Guard and then onto a clone as well, yeah, it's all flash, no substance. JDG will take the kill, take the dragon.
I want to see the replay on that because Sheer pulled the ult 3-4 seconds after the play. Jachi and K hit nothing and retreated. That's rough. That's rough. We'll at least get a shove here onto Xiaoshu, whose Warford's already burned the flash from the earlier play topside. Is burning out Joy pretty low. Exhaust just timed up. Can let an Electro Harpoon here. Might be able to return the favor, but no, just not enough in the tank. And Care at least picks up a return kill.
Down people with this combination. Herald's now started, and Epic's trying to hold the choke points. I don't know whether we'll be really able to stop JDG getting in, though.
Interesting to track. Of course, you've still got a Braum, you've still got an Ornn. Can look to turn around a lot with those flashes now down. Chunk onto Milky Way. A scout came over the back of the pit. The shockwave comes on down, but Milky Way happy to tank it up in option to pick up that Herald and does so. Gonna get over the equalizer, blocks most with the Crescent Guard. Sheer now in danger as Dway has to use his stand behind to get out to safety. The slow comes on down and Shun will fall there. Sorry. Dway will fall to Shun. That's the way we phrase that in League of Legends. Now looking potentially for some more Care. Looking to body block.
Take 2 grubs onto it. Jachi has flash, has ult in a few seconds. Shun can give him a good bonk hit.
Flash out. Shun gonna have to clone back towards safety. Does so, but that turret in mid lane will now fall.
Had it well. Shun able to force Jachi
plays
off.
out from here, of course. FPX gonna try and get control over this mid lane wave. Remember, there's a lot of those summoners down, but again, they just don't really get very much from that Weaver's wall.
I think that Dwayne needed to hop to a minion and then get the ult on target. I think that a Glacial Fissure, while the wall is coming in, is about as good as it gets outside of the actual Ornn ult itself. Now, when you have low CC, it becomes even more important to get to objective first, because it means that your lack of engage becomes less of an issue.
And then you're also trying to engage through a Braum and an Ornn, which can be kind of annoying in its own right. JDG not going to have as much going forwards as they are retreating here, I think. Paze taking a couple nasty shots from Jachi, actually. Sheer gets the knock up there. Paze forced away.
The Dragon's taken, and that's their job there. FPX, turn up to the objective first, just like at the Herald ability, where you can just walk into the other side of the map. Xiaoshu doesn't have flash, but the W missing makes this a bit harder.
Milky Way going to Crescent Guard there, shoving back. That's easily done. Milky Way will take a turret shot or two, but that little bit of heal there is more than enough. Still the Herald in inventory, so she'll be able to pick this turret up here, do FPX, and maybe drop that Herald somewhere else. Of course, JDG taking the opportunity to get a full court press on the other lanes.
Yes, they're pushing in a mid and top lane. Yeah, the Herald isn't needed for this bot lane turret, but they can use that elsewhere, hold that.
Oh no!
Later day, he'll be able to get it on the next one. It's not an issue. However, you know, if Xiaoshu had pulled that ult, he's got flash. I mean, FPX don't want to be pulling another sub-tier Ornn ultimate. Sheer has not impressed me on the Ornn so far.
No.
They're the ones which need to retake the pit now. I don't think they should have allowed that to happen.
Here we go. Going to try and jump onto Sheer, who uses the Bellows Breath to buy a bit of time. Looking for a bit of damage. Nice true shot barrage. Weaver's Wall keeps 2 over the awkward spaces. Shun has already used the Warrior Trickster, so FPX just gets to stand there and make sure the Dragon doesn't go down very freely. The Equalizer's pretty okay. Maybe an Artican play afterwards. Shun has to flash out after the tidal wave comes across. SPX low, but not down. Jachi still in the Dragon Pit, looking to find an angle to keep shooting. Paze finds the empowered double shot to chunk Jachi, who will arcane shift over the back.
The unending spare a little easy. It's not that there's tons of armor on the other side. It's kind of future-proofing the build, though. And Paze has got to do a hell of a lot of work, because this Lucian actually does have Agent Siege. Cyclone on top side.
Care really wants that turret. It's going to flash on out, but Paze is there. Weaver's Wall not available until just now. Maybe he can look to run away, but I think unfortunately Paze is going to get in time to cull down the Talia.
Caught out on the side lane. You can't cast that Weaver's Wall while you're in combat, so he's trying to get out of combat. That Ornn ult. I guess even without the Talia, they could mount an attack, and there's a Spellbook Smite for Dwayne, despite him not having flash to get in range to use it.
No Cyclone, no culling, so a couple relatively big ultimates. The Tidal Wave and the Equalizer still dangerous. True Shot Barrage scouting, doesn't really hit that many people. Dwayne though, ow, that one hit. Here comes that Call of the Force. Got Milky Way to the backside, forces Pace to flash. Weaver's Wall comes on down as they can make the Articon down about 3 HP. The Equalizer comes across multiple members. That's pretty good there from Xiaoshu. Tidal Wave keeps them all on top of it. We can turn back towards the Atacon. It is still a Shockwave onto 3. Does get the kill onto that Braum. Atacon down low. Taken now by JDG as FPX on the retreat.
And FPX can't really retake the objective. I thought there'd be a leash there, but it doesn't really end up doing that much. Pay starting his DPS.
Gonna try and get as much damage now down on Sheer as he can, getting a lot of those autos down, cycling through the Vigilance, the double shot passive, the command attack, Dissonance, gets a double in, as now Shun gets to Nimbus strike forwards. Milky Way will try and dance his way around the play. Can't get another turret shot onto Scout though, despite the 3 talent strike knockup, and JDG finally find a clean fight. That's Ace and the Atacant for JDG.
And despite the fact that JDG, we've had some criticisms of their objective play, they are going to win this game. FPX, they have really struggled to team fight. JDG's team fights have been better, and while we've criticized them for some things, rightfully so, they are besting
off this Dark Seal, and now going to try and look for an engage here. Care just get the shove on to Scout, who might now be in danger. The shockwave comes on through, but not in time to keep the Ori alive. Man down, they can turn back towards the Dragon. Sole point potentially for FPX.
I guess what happened again, JDG not on the objective first. They gave up pressure in that river, and they allowed FPX to get in there. Now, with no shockwave, no Orianna, can JDG fight back? It's all really on the equalizer and on Pays to see what they can do.
Equalizer comes across, not fantastic, splits the team apart slightly, but it's Sheer and Dway just putting their bodies and shields in the place. Milky Way over the wall, gets up to Pays, tries to get the bubble down, can't quite do the value they were hoping for. Almost again, but the follow-up isn't there on the knock-up on Pays.
And Milky Way goes
makes
a big mistake.
You can see that replay, because I think it was Wink hitting a really good Aqua Prison on a very sharp timing that kept Milky Way in a tricky position. Nearly steals that with the true shot barrage. Not quite.
Yeah, they got within a couple hundred HP. That wasn't bad, actually. If the smite was already down, takes a little while to activate. He couldn't really get in range there. It's not on him.
Wild doesn't get anywhere near that Lucian. And ends up being really awkward. Now going to try and find one on the backside. If you've tried once, may as well try again. Does manage to get a fair amount of value onto Pace. This time he's in danger. Much better coordination from FPX.
Ah, yeah, the Monster Energy Blast Cone strikes again. Teleports in. Dragon not a...
Potentially get this tier 1 top side here. Be able to get there. There's the bounty. We'll take jump on him and he survives. Quite...
Oh, Shun
though. Finds an insane angle onto Jachi. Blink and you miss it. Flash Warrior Trickster. And a Cyclone to boot. And they'll pick up 2 members. As the Baron falls off, FPX let their guards down.
The unseen Shockwave is the deadliest. The Shun Cyclone is fantastic, but the Shockwave on top of him is the thing that does the damage. And blink and you miss it, rightfully said. Jachi caught out.
Ooh, has to flash this time. Crescent Guard comes on down. Milky Way buying a bit of time, but again, they just get inside the Thunderdome and Pays is too scary. They have to try and jump him or the game is over. And unfortunately, they fail to jump him. And he manages to slide away with that flash. Now Care and Dway have to do the Lord's work somehow. Wink actually in danger here. Forced to flash, but has to summon a spell.
Yeah, so JDG not it.
Actually had Flash and Arcane Shift, could maybe have gotten out there if his reactions were quick enough. With a plus and then a minus for when they're sad.
Oh, fun minus Phoenix.
Why have I
never said that before? Shockwave's not bad.
Scout actually just gone golden. True Shot Barrage doesn't really land because he's gone golden at the same time. Trying to get the knock up on his guy, gets a low, very low. Can't quite bring him down though. The CC from Wink is obnoxious. They could not do anything to Orianna for a solid 3 seconds. Now Jachi needs to hop away, but Xiaoshu's having none of it. Flash with the Nimbus Cloak will finally go down, but Shun brings down his opposite number. And Jachi as well goes down. Scout TPs into the base of JDG will finally end the game.
Pays spends about half of that fight being in straight melee range, and it doesn't matter. FPX, they cannot overcome JDG. Top laners now say that Camille does not beat the Sion. This is not about beating the Sion. It's about having a way to deliver the Galio but doesn't do percent HP damage, which is, besides with the W, really struggles to get through the Sion. Contest over the Dragon now, actually.
Some value potentially here. Milky Way into the back of the pit. Does have the Trundle mark. Look to hop on forward, make the smite bite. 1 by Milky Way. Now in danger as he's caught between worlds, exhausted. Still hopping well. Wink is in a lot of danger. Mounting Dread comes on down. Care in danger himself as the Justice Punch comes on through. Milky Way's going to leave. Jachi may well be forced to back on out of this. And Dway goes down.
Jachi doesn't have Flash.
He's dead.
He's just there clearing out wards. Milky Way might be able to hop over to help him.
I think he might die as well, though.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous, but Milky Way... Hang on, Sheer's coming over. They're continuing the fight.
Scout's in danger. You get hit by the Mounting Dread, tried to catch out Scout, flashed away to safety, but now Pays is in danger.
Pays, he's trying to look for the flank, get some damage down, still has Flash, not in too much danger right now, and Sheer doing damage to Wing.
Ooh, gets a Q2 damage, Milky Way hit by the Decimating Smash, but not the knockup now. Xiaoxi potentially in danger. Mounting Dread coming on forwards. Into the backline goes Sheer with the Hex Take ultimatum, should pick up Wing. Dway's TP'd in, Xiaoxi now in danger. Last auto from Milky Way, gets the kill onto Jachi after the dance of arrows. and FPX come away with an extra 2 to make it, and even trading kills. Starts with the Dragon Shun stepping forwards. Pays cannot walk up there very easily. They jump off the wing, gets the taunt afterwards. The Winds of War comes on down, tries to crash down away. Nice ult from Milky Way, keep people alive as the Between Worlds comes on down. Pays though, potentially a threat. FPX very low. Pays hopping on forwards. Galio geared to the backside. Alistair is down. Damage onto Milky Way, can't quite finish off the kills. This is a horribly split fight for FPX. They couldn't get any damage down onto Pays, and despite the Lamb's Respite buying time, everyone's still gonna die.
It's the Lamb's Respite, not Lamb's Savior. It gives them a brief moment, but doesn't give them the fight. FPX think they found a great fight onto Winx Rel, who honestly had a bit of an awkward entry into both parts of that fight, really. But they don't finish the kill, and they leave themselves way out in the lurch. A scout on the Aurora cannot afford to go Collector now into the armor stacking.
Does it anyway. Often will. It feels like the better build path in terms of just your average game state, but it's just going to be rough here in this game. As the Sion ults on forwards, as the armor stacking's beginning, and this Herald is surely JDG's to claim.
Xiaoshu trying to hold the door shut. Barris doing some damage. Sheer on the side. Can they get the Galio Camille combo?
Trying to get onto some. Oh, Sheer just missed his hook shot. Gets a knock-up regardless. They do bring down Wink. That's okay, but ugly stuff from Sheer.
No flash, misses the hook shot onto the wall. Maybe just a little spooked by the amount of members he saw over that wall. Scout could have also returned fire with the ultimate. JDG will claim the Herald, get the feats of strength as well. They will lose one kill, but I don't think they're unhappy. Sheer now could be caught out on this top side. River Shun on top side could flip shot away. Remember, the pillar can interrupt.
He's already used it, yeah. He missed! He went in and missed! In comes the Galio Hero's entrance, but it's very ugly stuff. Sheer with some abysmal play. Milky Way's going to come on over, but Wink's now coming down as well. They need to start hopping out. I think Chair is likely going to be in trouble. Does manage to back away briefly. The Justice Punch is interrupted, and JDG turn up and force Sheer. What on earth was that? JDG sending a love letter to Sheer. And Sheer on the other side will get first turret of the game, and this hyper tank of Sion is going to be ungodly hard to kill. The tank slayers of FPX are not online, and we've already complained about the Kindred build. Will not be able to do that either into the crazy armor stacking early. FPX, I thought they'd have great anti. It's not bad, but that is actually very good. Yeah. But if you have to pop that all early, and the Riftmaker Leandris pops up, and then you wait for it to pop, and then pull back the Q, your ultimate is going to feel really, really bad. Scout can just wait to pull back that Q and get all that damage through. Here in particular, down 1,700 gold to the Sion, who's 2 items and steel caps already. Upgraded steel caps, no less. Not the full bought ones, but his side lane, he does love to do that. It's a characteristic thing of him as a player, but Atacon now started. Spread out by the far side alteration.
Scout trying to take that turret, really wants to get that teleport in.
Eyes on it. There is the turret. Can they keep pulling FPX in an awkward spot? There is no one responding to that wave shove right now from FPX.
Yeah, so JDG reset the Atacon, forced FPX to stay to that point. Care is getting in range for ultimate, has the second level teleport now from the Aurora. He's gone back to base and bought the upgraded Spellslinger shoes for the percent and flat magic pen.
Okay, on an angle, FPX do get that wave crash in mid lane. Ends up being a lost wave to a lost wave or two. Too much more. Atacon still there, not fully aggro. Dragon also up. This all gets messy in the river. Care could potentially catch Pays! Oh, Pays! No, 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 no! Flash is away. Valkyrie's away, but goes to Valhalla as they catch him in the baby cage. Chains of corruption across everyone. Gets more damage. They murder them all!
Xiaoshu goes down as well, as it ends up being, what, a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
A Sheer goes down, but Pays, that is unforgivable. You've just seen the Galio walking down river. You know he's somewhere in the fog of war, and as the AD carry versus the Camille Galio combo, you should never be the one walking first. JDG going towards the Baron.
They are indeed. Your eyes on it. Dark in the river right now for FPX. Burned a lot of cooldown, 6 seconds on Hero's entrance. Down to half HP, not the fastest Baron take here. Looking to find a pillar, just get a slow, but nothing more.
So JDG not going to get engaged onto this time. The ults were back up from FPX. Here comes the Sion starting the fight himself.
Way headbutts out that Sion. Sheer holds the hook. Wow. So my God, the damage onto Wink. He ain't tanky. Blow that one up nicely. Milky Way gets the kill. Still on 5 marks. Doesn't have that one quite yet. Care in the backside. Gets the taunt, but Pays has to Valkyrie. I mean, he's not doing that much damage until just now. They've gone too far. Turnaround now from JDG. Subjugate with running. Care goes down.
And the front line from JDG this time stands strong. Pillar onto Jachi. Does have flash. Might be forced to use it.
It does. So, oh my days. Milky Way throws down the Lamb's Pipe. Buys a bit of time. Didn't use it in the fight earlier. Still caught inside there. Caught in the turret. Does pick up one. Katrina try and hop away. A lot of damage onto Paige, who has to Valkyrie out. Milky Way just away from that decimating Smash. Scout coming in here, though, will land a weirding and bring down the Kindred.
All 5 members of FPX die. I was wondering, actually, if they should have backed off and looked for the Baron with all those kills. Shun dying under turret removes their smite. They will be able to break the base, though, with both the Aurora and the Corki doing good damage to towers and 2 grubs with them. So that's a couple of towers, 5 kills, I think, for 2, because Wink died at the start. No, honestly, Milky Way, his first split was incredible, but for those of you who kind of didn't update your views on Milky Way from that point, his second split was much worse. And honestly, you know, you look at how he was playing on RNG this year at the start of it, I think you can blame, you know, team dynamics and just Doraemon occasionally too. Still on the flank. I'm not sure if he was spotted around the flanks there. Well, FPX, they should know the Baron's going down. They're not really angling for much, just wait. Tons of damage.
Oh, he's just gone.
Scout just blows him up. That bunny with a shotgun comes to hunt again and finds themselves some beef.
Find that much. Sheer still on a flank angle. Baron still going on down. Can they get into the back line? To Scout, though! They get him! That's the angle onto the bunny. Should be able to blow him up. Goes golden for a second or two. The taunt should come out afterwards. Don't be able to press. He flashes away!
Scout, magnificent stasis. Pays up the Seekers too, by the way. It's going to be hard to land that combo from this point. Sion shuts the door. Shuts. And Care with no flash will give his life so his carries can escape. But JDG have really played against this combo much better into the late game. Seekers on Scout. Pays building up a Seekers too to make sure he's not the target. And FPX, they've run out of ammunition. They've not been able to land onto the backline. And JDG cleanly going through this late game.
I mean, what do you do at this point? Scout had a crap opening to this split. Had a crap playoffs, to be too honest about it. Today, on this Aurora, he's been magnificent. FPX, man down, gonna try and find the play. Jachi, Milky Way, trying to free fight.
Oh.
They blow up Milky Way there before he can press on too much. CC, good crash down in from Wink, who just get traded for it. But they've lost the Alistair. Sheer, Jachi, trying, but it's a 2v4. Shun's left low, but not down. The damage is still there between worlds. Weirding! And Jachi's face is taken off his shoulders, decapitated by the killer bunny rabbit. No hand grenade to be found. JDG 2-0.
JDG will go 2-2 in series, 2-0 on the day, and the redebut.
Again, you got a couple people to reflect stuff through when you are running with Beef Balls frontline. The Scion, obviously, even the Pantheon to an extent.
Auto attacks, they will restore energy, but they're also longer range, which means that you get that slightly extra long range to start getting good traits. Jungle starting to fight.
Conqueror for Conqueror. Big chunk there from where we got the stun first. Can try and find the next cooldown to come on through. Lands another Comet Spear. Keeps himself stacking. Conqueror now stacked. Can get sped up there. Flash on forward with the W. Tien is just dead.
The Pantheon beats out the Shinzao. One of the reasons this pick is so highly picked and banned is that it even wins against the early game Exodia games. Tien 0-2.
What are we doing?
Someone mentioned the door to darkness. Oh, the shy solo kill, barely missed out on by Breathe.
Why do you have the ultimate? They're going to jump onto Light, who may be one of the 7 princesses or something like that. My Kingdom Hearts reference are lacking. Unfortunately for their way, cannot find the way out of there. Mako will, however, be able to flash out to safety. The blast going in. Rookie did have the level 6, so I can understand why they were trying to get more out of that. Tien gets the Scuttle Crab, and now going to heal. He's going to be in a lot of danger here. Going to get jumped on potentially over the wall. Mako crashing on down with the Ferromancy decimating smash. Kill donated to Rookie.
Tien at 0 and 3.
Poor guy.
On the Shinzao, the early game powerhouse has been an early game pinata instead.
He's 100% kill participation.
100% death participation for his team. As he's the only player on Weibo to have died. I mean, Tien, we expect so much better. We expect so much better from this guy. You were meant to have winning early bot lane and mid lane in terms of push, even though, you know, you're meant to fall behind this. Yes.
No!
The Shy misses the cannon. We do track these things. We expect better of the Shy. But really, Tien, falling behind this far, playing with a Shinzao without any sort of pressure in the early game, jungle in the time it takes to kill that dragon, which means that they can bounce back half level, get ahead of you. You can even take your jungle as well at that point. Ooh. Jungle going topside from Wave.
Breeze needs to be really wary. Does throw up public execution, trying to dance away. Going to try and get some damage down regardless. Doesn't have much energy left. Forced the flash. The Shy in danger. Might trade his life for this. Really good dodging from Breeze.
Oh, Jesus. IG, that was just an out. You just go out as soon as Breathe immunes that stun.
No.
Wait, I don't think he can even kill with the skill shots coming back on the other side. The skills.
Magnet Storm under the turret, but it's Crisp tanking it with the Unbreakable Will. Xiao, who's also low, as Rookie's kind of here. How is he? Is he being out?
The auto reset, can you get it in
Oh,
time?
not quite.
Rookie will escape, go to the other side of the map, and I guess get some farming time as Breeze recalls. So Rookie behind in gold as a team. Weibo might look for a fight here.
They're going to try and turn the wrong. Crisp goes in. Remember, it doesn't have the unbreakable will, so it's actually quite vulnerable here. I wonder whether Gala thinks about jumping onto that. Won't take it. The Shy steps on forward, body blocking. TP's now coming on in. Dragon to half HP.
Half HP, where's the smite? Comes through from
Nice.
Way. Here comes the teleport. Breathe might look for that. And with the ult's on cooldown, so we can't use that right now.
Oh, the Shy flashes the seismic shove and now caught in the back of the pit. I don't necessarily know whether that's where he wants to be. It was clearly a rapid flash. Tien gets knocked up. Does have the Crescent Guard to work with. No to pop it. IG looking to potentially play this. Rookie on a flank angle. People very, very low. Into the backline we go as damage on the Breathe comes on down. Tien gets onto Maker. Shockwave comes on down. Does he get enough damage to Tien? Tries to the win, becomes lightning across multiple people. Crisp flashes out. And I think Weibo only losing the one right now. But they've left their carries out to the Wolves.
Rookie getting jumped on by Xiaohu. The flick misses, but there's no help.
Oh,
Rookie in the 1v2 as Gala doesn't get close enough. There's a chase down onto Tien, who dies in his own jungle, and the fight keeps going.
Magnus Storm comes back up and alive, and Weibo are getting away with it. They should have lost this one, for sure. The Shy's going in, he wants into a wall.
I think as soon as they get behind that point, he's just like, look, I'm just not going to go in for the full part speed. Get closer towards that E upgrade too. Herald started, Weibo instead forcing onto mid lane turret instead.
Yeah, they do get the TP out of the Shy, but I think at this point he's going to be able to clear out this wave. No, not quite actually. So Weibo Gaming, in the end of it, do actually get the turret as well here. So a couple summons traded for a couple.
Of course, but I don't think they're forced to.
Dragon would be soul point for IG. There comes that top flick execution onto Rookie's caught under the turret. Oh, that's ugly. Flashing away. In comes the Grand Starfall. Breathe now might be a little bit in danger. He's got no energy, no cooldowns, and Gala's got an ultimate.
Kaiser on side lanes, Pantheon on side lanes, the Taliyah's on the other side of the map. Breathe thought he could get a quick kill and out, but realistically should have just ended that play after the flash was gone. Chased too far. Didn't understand the globals were there, and Breed's Ambessa, yes, has been powerful in the past, but that's just a macro misjudgment.
Like, it looks individually like a great moment. You get Rookie to take it through.
Unless. That's going to start the Intercarn angle, started up again. Weibo, they have some flashes, they got some ults. Let's see if they can use them well.
6k. TP in from Breathe. Wall comes across, splits the team down 1,000 HP. Should still be secured there by Wade as well to get the Comet Spear secure. Turning it around, Gala on the backside onto Light. Passive auto gets the kill. They've blown up that Sivir. The Soul Furnace getting it in the end. Wade gets another onto the Alistar. Rookie trying to run away. Doesn't have the flash this time, but the CC is there. Breathe in the 1v3. Gets nothing. Command attacks Dissonance. Shakes Breathe to his core.
Dive, dive, dive. The Gala Kaiser goes right into the backline.
It is. Where it goes down.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it? You know, IE beating IG, subbing in Milky Way, losing their series versus JDG. Questions upon questions. But Wei was demolished in the game one of that series. He was genuinely looking really for a second. I don't know how to do around a Baron fight either. That's why we watch teams which are much better than us play this out.
In a river.
You can have the Rage Blade really raking down the Baron there, going low.
Going down at 3k HP. Nice attempt at the steal, can't quite do it. Now Tien to the backside in danger. Grab and crash down comes on through. The Crescent Guard buys a bit of time for Tien, but he's now in so much danger. Over they go. Wei gets it. May get traded. Got a GA to work with, so even if he falls here, it's really not the end of the world. The Guardian Angel is propped. But they've got that aimed on the shoulder. Into the back line goes Gala. Flies on forward with the Killer Instinct. Gets another passive proc. Flashes with a W. Shockwave pulls them back into the loving arms of Gala for a triple kill.
It's the Gala classic. If you don't start the fight by killing Gala, he will end it. He is the master at holding Kaiser ult until about halfway through the fight to find a way to reposition himself into the backline after Rage Blade and Lethal Tempo are stacked up. If you want to learn how to play Kaiser in team fights, watch this man on your screen. He just had a magnificent one.
Is there a better Kaiser player historically in the world? Maybe one or two.
Dissonance Shockwave to bring Xiaohu back. And Gala kills his old MSI winning mid laner. Won two of them with Xiaohu.
Oh, yeah.
One in top lane, one in mid lane. Gala and him made a bit of a dynasty over on RNG.
Even got that very nice Void Seeker flash combo in there to cancel out the W, get in range for the Q afterwards. Just very well played, all things said and done. Now up about 8,000 gold, nearly 9. They just keep shoving on forwards, barreling their way to more structural damage.
No, they're
Not
definitely
emotional.
landing. Yeah, there's that too, I think, for Weibo. IG really demolishing Shockwave.
That's
whiff.
emotional damage.
That one's a little bit, but I don't think it's actually going to matter. Chris, you have an ultimate. I just don't think it's going to be
Oh
enough.
dear, Decimating Smash afterwards gets himself knocked up. The stakes are high, and that's a pun, folks. All the while in the backside, Way will go forward with the shield ball. Lands the Comet Sphere as well. Tien in danger, goes down. Public execution. Unfortunately, the guillotine is falling on the heads of Weibo Gaming, who are, way bowing out of this one.
Apparently, where there's a will, there's a Weibo, but there's no will here, and there's no Nexus either. IG will take game 1 of the series after losing 0-2 to FPX in the game before. This is a nice bounce back. Invictus Gaming, 1-0 up in the series.
They get the first shot to the head, but it's in
there being clean combo afterwards. So I think IG walk away for me. Better draft in regards to dealing with the Vi. Solo benefits the Gwen.
Shout out to Breathe there. Really used the Hallowed Mistfall to get the snip while the Shy could not return the favor. And then ended up running it down. Over towards bot lane we go, though! Light gonna flash cleanse away. Does so. Crisp a little bit split off. Doesn't have the Veil on top of him quite yet. Summon is blown from Light, but it's still gonna have to be a reset coming on in from Mako and Gala. Tien potentially looking for a Gromp play here. Won't get hit by that Bramble Smash. Sticking around. Here we go.
Yeah, Gala's sticking around.
Whoa.
Not the plans. Can they get the route through? No, not quite.
We're still going to go forwards. Handshook back. Wave flashes out to safety. Mako will battle dance out. It's messy down here. Mako gets pulled back with that Ren. Light takes a turret shot, though.
That turret shot makes things much worse. And Chris was actually out of mana to use something like the bailout and the loyalty program or something like that. And you do one of a couple of things. You either zone the bot lane off of tower, you dive them under turret, or you go into the enemy jungle and steal camps away. They try and do a little bit of all three and achieve very few of any of them. Level 6.
Gets to level 6, comes on the other side, tries to find the angle into the across the veil, but a well-placed W! The Hollow Mist does work. Can the Shy find any more damage? Gonna get snipped down! The level 6 difference means nothing as Breed gets the solo.
The Shy misses the Q.
Something valuable.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a skill which many people have picked up over time where you think, look, I'm going to get CC'd. May as well cast something, so I'm doing something useful. Make a spot on the sweeper.
Gonna jump over the wall. Charm comes on down, punted back, and is likely gonna die here. Nature's Grasp is there. Mako low because the battle lines, but he's inside that gravity field. Unfortunately, no way to follow up on that, and IG just pick up the kill and get the dragon.
Tien spots them over the wall. Not having a good series, honestly.
Not so far. Managed to recover well enough last game, but the early start at 0-3 was rough on the Shin's out. Now Breeze has had his Hallowed Mist turn off, has got potentially some needlework to work with, but has to deal with being between worlds right now. Throws out a few more needles, is speeding away with the Ghost, but just can't get far enough away as the W comes on through after the flash, and the last order comes on through, and the Shy picks up that kill.
So the 1v1 not going as well for the Shy, but then someone else comes up and Wei makes their mark. Coming over from BLG in the last... met its untimely demise. Yeah, it's been really impactful at the worlds they've run through as well. Rookie trying to save this turret from going down to the 3 grubs of Wei, but not exactly sure they can, but Rookie with ult does provide some decent lockup. This is that Q3. He loses the E though.
This turret's still standing. The gold remains even enough. But that mark towards feats of strength is Weibo's to work with.
Yeah, first 3 kills hasn't come up just yet. First 3 objectives hasn't come up yet. Weibo will go to 2 and 2, and I mean that the next dragon or the Atakan will keep up very, very well. Ahead in gold, even, because they cashed in that cull. Herald's going to go towards mid lane, and this will kill the full turret. Here we go. Local gold goes towards the Renata and towards...
Hang on, the
Victor. Ghost pop by Gala.
Yeah, really want to punish because Nature's Grasp from the other side of the backhand goes Mega Flash over the wall. Fate's Call now coming on down. The hostile takeoff is also pretty solid. The counter engage onto Wei is brutal, bringing down that redemption too little too late. And Weibo disengage and punish.
Wei and Mako should not have gone that deep. You see that your Xayah is in the gravity field. They're not going to be able to pull that through. The Renata. Dragon spawning now. Yone teleporting from top lane down towards the bot side. And Weibo, they're the ones which are going to have to retake the pit into the Maokai.
Easier said than done. Saplings beginning to get tossed. Mako on a potential flank angle. Rookie gets the knock up onto Tien. Decent chunk onto him, but in the backline his Breed could potentially come on from that flank angle. Dragon being taken low, but not quite taken out till just now. Mako is not going to screw because it's Wei with that smite. All the way the backline. Wei doing his best to get on out. Does do so. The Aurora has fallen to the Callista. I think in the end it is a 1 for none in favor of Weibo.
Start taking down here. There's no Renata ult, importantly, on the other side. Mark out coming up in the next few seconds. No between worlds.
Light taken low. Redemption going to come on down though and make sure these topped up. Nature's Grasp comes on down. Wei needs to get beyond the gravity field and can't. Needs to go back in. He's not very tanky on this build for the Maokai. Now they can start turning it around. Damage comes on forwards. The Shy low. As he's going to get jumped to the backside as they try and turn it around though with that fate sealed. Unfortunately, now he's going to rebind his soul and go the other direction as Light gets to run at him and pierce him and rend him. 2 for 1 as it stands.
IG's objective setups have been pretty poor on the whole between the Dragon and the Atakan. Check against the Aurora and the Yone.
Okay, Mako's around, can look to make this a bit of a different equation. Overcomes this Vi, though, now spotted. Mako, the body block that one out, uses the Celestial Opposition as a bit of an angle, but they're going to TP him behind. Where is the support? Not going to be here anytime soon. Maokai can potentially look to ult, turn this one around, trying to find an angle back on in. Xiao coming on over. Mako with the quickness, fate sealed over the wall, but overcomes the rest of Weibo. Rookie going to have to Q3 away, hit by the needles, and the slowdown comes on through. Needs to get sped up. I think they're just leaving him for dead. Wait, a flash on over. Can they keep chasing? Yes, they can. Breathe with that bailout on top of them. Where does Rookie go? Spotted out, going to teleport out. Chris flash for the handshake. All while the fight still commencing elsewhere. Rookie unbinds the soul, looking to get some chunks onto Chris. Can't quite find it. Hostile takeover comes on top of Rookie, and he dies.
IG lose through the side lane as Rookie is just not powerful on this Yone. Hasn't got himself the shield bow just yet. He's hey, now this is something. There's no teleports from Weibo to move across the map. They are moving across it. I mean, Wei's coming back out of base. They're going to start face checking now. The saplings will stop some of this attempt.
I think it's gone.
It's dangerous. They're using the Maokai ult, but the Gwen goes W through it, waiting, seeing it. They don't have a smite. This is a Baron Steak.
It's going to be taken away. Baron secured. Wei may be forced to flash out the back of the pit here. Mako will battle dance away, surely. Doesn't quite have it up and available. I think he used to help tank the Baron, so doesn't get out to safety. Now Wei's in danger and goes down.
It's 2 for the Baron and the Dragon. I think IG is still just about happy with that. If they lose someone else, yeah, that would be kind of sad, but all of their laners have the Baron buff. Can they use it right now? Weibo, they have 3 grubs, and it might be hard for IG to wave clear through this. They're waiting for a minion wave to come through. The Shy will try and shotgun the wave. Tries to do a little bit onto Xiaohu instead. He might actually have to ult. I think he should ult the wave right now for wave clear.
A fair amount of damage. Here comes the Between Worlds. Is forced to rebind the soul. Xiao taken low. Hostile takeover is dodged by Gala. Begins to get the feather pull damage onto Breathe, who is inside his Hallowed Mist for not long enough. Scarlet joins him there now. The Shy looking for more. Light in danger. Flashes away from the Fate Seal. Continue to hop, 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 hop and pray. But unfortunately, it's not enough. He jumps into a grave.
Weibo try and capitalize on the dead members from the Baron, but in
moment.
No, I don't disagree, actually. Don't disagree. I think that fight was just wrong. Mako,
oh,
my dude.
Boy.
Not like this.
Has a battle dance. Hunshook doesn't get out, and mobile he is, but not that mobile.
Well, we talked a lot about up and down form. Mako's one of the primary offenders. If he goes up too far, can't defend this, and the 3 grubs will see that down. An over push from Gala means that IG lose their turret.
They do. It's not very pretty there. Dragons in a minute and a half. So they can get done from that point. Replay on Mako, because I think he got hit by about 4 or 5 bits of CC between TN and Crisp.
Yeah, but there's no one nearby. He's way too far up. Potentially could have battle danced out, at least gotten himself a shield or something, but couldn't quite do so. Redemption's not the tankiest individual item too. Rookie going on to Tien.
Has to flash, and that's actually fairly significant. Not going to have the flash around this dragon, and that cooldown will be available on the other side for IG. Gets to jump onto the backside. Light maybe in danger. Mako going to be using that cleanse off the spell, but Gala in danger. Has the redemption. Now goes up into the sky. Needs to back away. The Shy Between Worlds. Trying to get a kill. Bounces back. Delivers into a gravity field. Featherfall is good, but it's been moved by the Vault Breaker and the cease and desist. Mako can't find enough there to buy time, and the Shy is just too far.
What was the Shy doing? Jump soon. Maybe that's the difference maker. Breathes around the side. Does have his ult coming back up in the back of the pit.
Here we go again. TP in down to 7,000 HP. The Arcane Storm finally back off cooldown. Xiaohu used it. Xiaohu goes golden. Buys some time. I think that will be the Baron. Sorry, Dragon secured by Weibo Gaming. The backline they goes to Vault Breaker. Immune by Rookie, who gets on out. Tien now low. What about the damage back? Can they keep chasing for more? Xiaohu throws out that death rate. And it is enough to dissuade more.
Chaos Storm's better than the Yone. Ability to retake, I guess, but they're just going to let this go down. Maybe fight with the Dragon after. They're approaching this very late, going for a smite steal.
Oh, gets into the back end of that. Can't quite secure it. Baron secured by Weibo. What about the fight afterwards? Looking to bounce on out of the pit. Tien low. The Shy goes looking, can't quite find it. Now he's in danger, forced to flash himself. And Gala and the rest of IG give up the Baron.
That could be it. Now, Weibo, I actually wonder if they've taken this Baron at the wrong timing. I don't think they've got time to set up the map before the Baron comes up. Wei is going to litter the jungle with 80 top lane instead of say, well, we've got Baron, we'll take top in here maybe. They give up Ocean Soul to IG. And while it might not
pick off there could have just changed things. Well, they can get done again. They're still scaling pretty well. Oh, Weibo Gaming.
Their first match of the split. Okay. Sam is now going to have to dip out because he's got other obligations. Rookie jumping forwards in the side lane, getting into there. Has the GA redemption coming through. Ocean Soul ticking. Have they used too much? Here comes the Gala Zaya and starts to DPS. Takes down a GA on the other side. Light getting shot down by the Shy. Is it enough damage? No, and it ends up being GA for GA. And that's it. We'll see how that's more important for. I have to say, with the Ocean Soul. Oh, it's a flat 3-man knockup. Goes in, buys the Callisto ultimate. Can't quite finish the team fight. Rookie really trying his best, forcing defenses. They have the extended fight value. Between worlds might send you way back into the next one. Well, how much damage have they got? Light not doing damage. The Zaya putting up the feathers into the air, but doesn't have enough healing. The Chaos Storm takes him down, and the AD carry of IG gets hit first. Doesn't flash back. Way goes down, and Gala, you have to flash in that team fight. The Shy has himself the Cosmic Drive for extra movement speed. Mako trying to trigger some more CC. A Q lands as the Shy takes down Light, and Rookie has another E. Dodges out on the Vault Breaker. Keeps going forwards. It's arcade. It's hectic. It's a massacre. As the Shy is some of the last remaining damage. He must stay alive, and he's caught. He's caught, and he goes down. IG are out team for as Gala. Oh, Gala, where was your flash? Saving it for the next game. That is unforgivable from the AD carry of IG. So fed in the late game with 3 grubs, a Gwen alive. IG 10 seconds on the Maokai with the ultimate. I don't know if that's going to be enough to save the game. It's not going to be an angle for the end of the game from Weibo. Take the mid inhib. Can't take the bottom one as well. They won't finish the game, but IG, the Vial. Their big bit of CC that Weibo are looking for. Where's the Chaos Storm feathers getting stacked up? It might come down to a smite fight for the Baron. The Elder Dragon is coming through. Tiani's in range, but it's the Zaya that gets it with the pullback. The Shy dies to Light, but the Kalista is now out of position to go forward. The Scarlet does use it. The Renata ultimate. The bailout trying to do enough. I don't know if it will be. It is. Light comes back into the play as the bailout buys time. Ends up being a 4 for 3. IG can't clean sweep the fight as Gala flash forward. Gets the Elder, but all remember, they also have the Elder for the next 40 seconds. Weibo do not want to tank up against Rookie, having that Elder in particular. A treasure box thing. As Mikhail's has Redemption. On the other side, there is a Redemption. Ultimate in from the Maokai, doing the classic of zoning off the tower. Xiao, who caught by the ultimate, but Mikhail's by Crisp. Tower goes down. Baron doing good value there. Rookie walking up. Can you take the full turret? No. Doesn't have the E cooldown for that. Do it again too quickly either. There used to be a Flickle Blades build for Yone to give him more ease and stuff like that. Breathe walking forwards. Here comes the Ghost. Rookie not in position. And Gala, is he going to ult? Yes, he is. Can he get the Feather Ball? He goes down into the GA. Oh, so quickly. And the Shy gets blasted too. Gala must be protected. Where's the Feather Ball? Goes nowhere. And Gala gets caught. IG can't protect their AD carry. And Gala gets blasted. No further pullback. This Zaya late game has been not what IG wanted. Weibo may well have forced us to a game 3. The Ocean Soul not enough. The Elder not enough. Rookie trying to clear the wave, and I don't think he's going to do enough. Has full crit, but can he do enough? Death time is 40 seconds. Rookie trying to buy time. Goes into the base. Knows he must survive for as long as possible. Doesn't have the ult, but doing great. Damage forces the flash out. And this is all time which Weibo could be using, pushing to end the game. Light has been left on that duty. Rookie had the Ocean Soul ticking while he was in GA. And that shield bow as well. Surviving even longer. Missing the knockup, but he's still alive. Rookie 1v3 in the base. Trying to buy time. Can he bring one more with him? No. Goes down. Is that enough to save the game? I think it is. 10 seconds on the Shy, 15 on Gala, and Rookie into the base now. Weibo pushing up. Do they look for an end of the game? Rookie, is he alive just yet? No. 15 seconds. Maokai ultimate looking to disengage a little more. Tian going forwards on to Wei. Can they get the full kill? He has Zhonya's. He has Flash. He can probably make it out of this alive. The Shy getting good damage. Can he get the one shot? Jumping back and forth. Goes onto the grab field. Gala has ult. Dodges the needlework. This time feather pullback. Rookie is now alive, and IG have an extra member to come back out onto the map. Flank teleport. Perhaps the Shy. Oh my god, the burn is insane. Rookie comes in. He's alive. He takes down Xiaohu. The Victor is dead. Light getting jumped onto, and the Shy trying to clean up. GA bailout. Multiple lives, and I don't think there are enough of them. He's not a cat. He's just a Callista. No 9 lives, and 3 will not be enough for the AD carry of Weibo. It's back. It's 4th. It's Nexus. Elder spawns IG. What's the plan? Is it Elder? Is it the Nexus? I think with super minions against them, it's a little harder to push, but with the Victor and the Callista down, they might see an ending to the game and the series. Do they deserve the 2-0? God, no, probably not. Weibo Do not find the end to the game, though. They don't set up the Elder. They greed for the Nexus and may lose the game. 5 seconds on Needlework. That's some wave clear for them. Ocean Soul, Maokai ultimate coming through. Do they hit the towers? They look for the fight. The Shy gets hit by the ult. That's a magnificent Renata ult. The Renata ult sent everyone hitting each other. It's a Nexus, a Nexus, a Nexus. Breathe will die. And the Gwen goes down. Can they defend without their top laner? He's so much of their wave play. Gala starting the DPS, hitting the turrets. Chris, he's the only defender. 4 seconds on the Victor. Hit the fucking Nexus, IG. Hit it. Hit it for God's sake. The Nexus will fall and IG will claim the series. Pseudo.